The stars twinkled in the night sky as Lily stared through her telescope. The small town of Oak Ridge slept peacefully below her hilltop spot, but Lily remained wide awake, searching for something unusual among the stars. She had always felt drawn to the sky ever since she was a child. Now at 28, she worked as an astronomer at the local research center. Something caught her eye. A bright light moving in an unusual pattern. It was too fast for a satellite, too controlled for a meteor. Lily adjusted her telescope, trying to get a clearer view. The light suddenly changed direction, an impossible maneuver for any known aircraft. Her heart raced as she quickly noted the coordinates and took several photos. The next morning, Lily hurried to the research center, clutching her notes and camera. She burst into the office of her colleague Sam, who looked up from his computer with surprise. "Look at these," Lily said, placing the photos on his desk. "I saw something strange last night." Sam studied the images, his expression changing from curiosity to concern. "These are interesting," he said carefully. "Where exactly did you see this?" Lily showed him her notes, pointing to the coordinates. Sam typed them into his computer and frowned. "That area has had several unusual sightings over the past month. The government says it's military testing, but—" He stopped suddenly as the door opened. Their director, Dr. Morgan, walked in her face, serious. Sam quickly shuffled the photos under a folder. "Dr. Morgan, where just Sam began, save it." Dr. Morgan interrupted. "I need to speak with Lily alone, please." Sam nodded and left the room. Lily felt a chill as Dr. Morgan closed the door and turned to face her. "How long have you been tracking the anomalies?" Dr. Morgan asked. Lily hesitated. "Only since last night. I was just doing routine observation when I noticed." Dr. Morgan held up her hand, stopping Lily mid-sentence. "I'm not here to reprimand you. I'm here to recruit you. Recruit me." "For what?" Dr. Morgan lowered her voice. "The government has a special division investigating these sightings. We believe they are not of Earth origin. We need scientists who have spotted them independently, people we can trust." Lily stared at her director, trying to process what she was hearing. "Are you saying these are alien spacecraft?" "Not so loud," Dr. Morgan cautioned. "Yes, that's exactly what we're saying. And we've made contact." Lily's mind raced with questions. Who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Dr. Morgan smiled at Lily's reaction. "All the questions you're thinking, we have them too, and we're hoping you can help us find answers. Will you join the project?" Without hesitation, Lily nodded. Yes. 2 days later, a black government car picked Lily up from her apartment and drove her to a hidden facility in the mountains. The building looked ordinary from outside, but underground it expanded into a vast complex of laboratories and research rooms. Dr. Morgan met Lily at the entrance and led her through security checkpoints. Each door required different clearance levels until they reached a heavily guarded area deep within the facility. "Are you ready to meet our visitor?" Dr. Morgan asked as they approached the final door. Lily took a deep breath and nodded. The room beyond was large and brightly lit. In the center stood a being unlike anything Lily had ever seen. It was tall, nearly 7 feet, with silver skin that seemed to shimmer under the lights. Its head was hairless, with intricate patterns that glowed faintly blue. Its eyes were entirely black, yet somehow expressed intelligence and curiosity. Lily gasped, unable to hide her shock and wonder. "This is Valara," Dr. Morgan said. "She comes from a planet in the Cygnus constellation. Her people call themselves the Zarvi Valara." Stepped forward, moving with unusual grace. She spoke, her voice melodic. "I am pleased to meet you, Lily. I have heard you are a skilled observer of the stars." Lily found her voice, though it trembled slightly. "You speak English." Valara touched a small device on her wrist. "Our translation technology makes communication possible, but I have also been learning your language directly. Its structure interests me." For the next hour, Lily sat with Valara, learning about her world. The Zarvi were an ancient civilization that had mastered space travel thousands of years ago. They had been observing Earth for centuries, watching human development. But now, they faced a crisis. Valara explained. A genetic disease was spreading through their population, threatening their survival. Their scientists believed human DNA contained unique elements that might help them develop a cure. "We wish to propose an exchange," Valara said. "We can offer advanced technology knowledge beyond what humans have achieved. In return, we ask for help with our genetic research, and the government agreed to this," Lily asked, looking at Dr. Morgan. Dr. Morgan nodded. "But we need scientists. We can trust people who understand both the opportunity and the risk. That's why you're here." Lily considered the implications. Working with an advanced alien species could transform human understanding of the universe. But it also posed unknown dangers. The wrong technology in the wrong hands could be devastating. "What exactly would I be doing?" Lily asked. "You would work directly with Valara," Dr. Morgan explained, "studying both Zarvi and human genetics, searching for compatibility. Your background in astronomy is valuable, but we've seen your minor in biology too. You understand the cosmic perspective and the microscopic one." Lily looked at Valara, who watched her with those strange black eyes. Lily sensed no threat from the alien, only a desperate hope. "I accept," Lily said, finally. The next morning, Lily began her work in a specialized laboratory. Valara showed her Zarvi technology that made Earth equipment seem primitive. They could visualize DNA in 3 dimensions, manipulating it virtually before testing changes as they worked. Lily learned more about Valara. She was not just any Zarvi, but their equivalent of royalty, a princess, who had volunteered for this mission against her father's wishes. "My people are dying," Valara explained as they examined cell structures. "We have perhaps 1 generation left before our numbers become too few to sustain our civilization." Lily worked, tirelessly searching for the genetic markers that might save the Zarvi. Days turned into weeks. She barely noticed time passing. The work consumed her completely. One evening, as they were reviewing data, Valara suddenly collapsed. Lily rushed to her, calling for medical help. The Zarvi was unconscious, her silver skin turning a dull gray. "The disease," Valara whispered when she regained consciousness briefly. "It progresses faster than we predicted." Dr. Morgan and the medical team stabilized Valara, but her condition remained serious. "We need to accelerate our research," Lily told Dr. Morgan. "The solution has to be found quickly." That night, Lily stayed in the lab reviewing everything they had learned. The answer had to be there, somewhere in the data. As the facility grew quiet around her, Lily noticed a pattern she hadn't seen before. A specific sequence in human DNA that might be compatible with Zarvi genetics. Excitement built as she ran simulations. The sequence could potentially stop the Zarvi disease. But implementing it would require something more than lab work. It would require a human volunteer to test the procedure. As dawn broke, Lily made her decision. She would volunteer herself. The risks were unknown, but the potential benefit to an entire civilization outweighed her fear. When Dr. Morgan arrived, Lily presented her findings and her decision. "It's too dangerous." Dr. Morgan protested. "We can't allow it." But Lily stood firm. "If we don't try, Valara and her people will die, I believe. This will work," Dr. Morgan argued, but eventually relented under one condition. The procedure would be tested on isolated cells first, not Lily's entire body. As the first light of a new day filled the sky, Lily prepared the samples, hoping she had found the key to saving the Zarvi. 3 days passed as Lily and the research team tested her theory. The isolated human cells combined with Zarvi genetic material showed promising results. The modified cells resisted the disease that was killing Valara's people. Lily watched through a microscope as the cells thrived, multiplying normally where pure Zarvi cells would have deteriorated. Dr. Morgan reviewed the data with growing excitement. "This could actually work," she said, "but the next step is tricky. We need to create a treatment that can be administered to living Zarvi." Valara remained in medical isolation, her condition stabilizing but not improving. Lily was allowed to visit her wearing protective gear. The alien princess lay on a specialized bed, her normally luminous skin patterns now dim. "You should rest," Valara told Lily. "You have been working without sleep. I'm close to a solution," Lily replied. "I can't stop now." Valara studied her with those deep black eyes. "Why do you help us with such dedication? You barely know me, or..." My people. Lily considered the question. It's what humans do at our best. We help others, and honestly, the opportunity to work with your species to learn about life beyond Earth. It's everything I've ever dreamed of. Valara reached out a slender hand, touching Lily's arm gently. My father, the Emperor, would say you show the wisdom of the Ancient Ones. That night, as Lily finalized the treatment protocol, alarms blared throughout the facility. Red lights flashed as security personnel rushed through the hallways. Dr. Morgan burst into the lab, her face tight with worry. We have a breach, she said. Unknown forces have entered the facility. They seem to know exactly where we're located. Who are they? Lily asked, gathering her research notes. Dr. Morgan shook her head. Not sure, government faction maybe, or private military. We need to move Valara and secure our research. They hurried to the medical wing where 2 guards already stood at Valara's door. Inside, Valara was sitting up alert despite her condition. She looked at Lily with concern. They come for me, she said. My presence here was discovered. How? Lily asked, helping Valara to her feet. There are those on your world who have known of us for decades, Valara explained. Some wish to capture our technology for their own power. The building shook with a distant explosion. We need to leave now. Dr. Morgan insisted, leading them toward an emergency elevator. As they descended deeper into the facility, Lily clutched the data drive containing their research. Valara leaned heavily against her, struggling to walk. The sound of gunfire echoed above them. The elevator opened to a tunnel with a single vehicle waiting, a sleek transport designed for underground travel. Dr. Morgan ushered them inside, taking the controls herself. This will take us to a secondary facility, she explained as the vehicle accelerated into the darkness. But be vulnerable during transit. Lily looked at Valara, whose breathing had become labored. The alien needed treatment soon, or she might not survive. The journey. Lily opened her medical kit and prepared a temporary stabilizing solution. This might help, Lily said, injecting the solution into Valara's arm. It contains elements of the treatment we've been developing. Valara nodded gratefully, her eyes closing as the medication took effect. The transport sped through the underground tunnel for nearly an hour before slowing. The new facility was smaller but better hidden, built into the side of a mountain and disguised as a weather station. A medical team waited for their arrival quickly, transferring Valara to a treatment room. Lily followed with her research, explaining what needed to be done. The doctors looked skeptical, but followed her instructions, preparing the full treatment protocol. While they worked, Dr. Morgan received reports on the attack. The primary facility had been taken by an unknown military force. Several staff members were missing, presumed captured. They were looking specifically for alien technology. Dr. Morgan told Lily this was planned carefully. They must have had inside information. Lily watched as the doctors administered the treatment to Valara. The alien princess lay motionless as the modified genetic material entered her system. Now they could only wait and hope. Hours passed. Lily refused to leave Valara's side, monitoring her vital signs and cellular activity. Under the microscope, Zarvi cells began to change the treatment, altering their basic structure. Would it be enough to save Valara? And if it worked, could it save her entire species? Near dawn, Valara's skin began to regain its silvery luster. The patterns on her head glowed faintly blue again. Her breathing deepened and strengthened. Lily could hardly contain her excitement as she documented every change. Dr. Morgan joined her, reviewing the results with amazement. You did it, she whispered. The treatment is working. Valara opened her eyes, looking directly at Lily. I feel the change, she said. My body grows stronger. The doctors confirmed what they were seeing. The disease was retreating. Valara's cellular structure was stabilizing. The treatment had worked on a living Zarvi. We need to produce more of the treatment. Lily said, we need to help her people. Dr. Morgan nodded. But first we need to secure ourselves. Those forces will keep looking for Valara and our research. They won't give up easily, as if summoned by her words. Alarms sounded throughout the new facility. Security cameras showed vehicles approaching, armed personnel surrounding the building. Have minutes at most, Dr. Morgan said. Valara sat up, fully alert now despite her recent condition. "We cannot let your technology or our genetic material fall into the wrong hands," she said. "My ship can still be summoned." "Your ship?" Lily asked. "It remains in orbit, cloaked from your detection systems," Valara explained. "I can signal it to retrieve us, but we must reach higher ground. The mountain's interference blocks the signal, Doctor." Morgan made a quick decision. "Take the emergency exit to the mountain peak." She told them it leads to an observation platform. "I'll hold them off as long as I can." Lily helped Valara from the bed, gathering the research materials and treatment samples. They followed a narrow staircase upward as the sound of fighting erupted. Below, the stairs led to a small door opening onto a flat, rocky area near the mountain peak. The air was thin and cold, the first light of sunrise just touching the horizon. Valara removed a small device from her wrist, activating it with a complex sequence. The device emitted a pulsing blue light. She turned to Lily. "The ship will arrive soon." Looking down, they could see figures entering the facility. Gunfire echoed against the mountainside. Lily thought of Dr. Morgan and the others fighting to protect them. "Will your ship have room for survivors?" Lily asked. Valara nodded. "Our medical bay can help your injured." The sky above them shimmered as a massive shape appeared seemingly from nowhere. A sleek silver craft hovered silently over the mountain peak. A beam of light extended from its underside, touching the rock where they stood. Valara took Lily's hand. "Come," she said. "We must hurry." Lily hesitated, looking back at the facility where her colleagues remained fighting. "We can't just leave them." The light surrounding them intensified. Valara gripped Lily's hand tighter. "Trust me, we won't," as the light enveloped them completely. Lily felt herself becoming weightless. The mountain peak disappeared as they were drawn upward into the waiting ship. The interior of the Zarvi ship was unlike anything Lily had ever seen. Curved walls pulsed with soft blue light. Screens displayed information in an unfamiliar language. The air felt different somehow, richer, making each breath energizing. Too tall. Zarvi approached, bowing deeply to Valara. They spoke in musical tones, their language beautiful but incomprehensible to Lily. Valara responded, then turned to Lily. "My crew welcomes you," she said. "They are preparing to rescue your colleagues. We have located 23 humans alive in the facility below." "How?" Lily asked, amazed. "Can you get them out safely?" Valara gestured to a large screen showing detailed images of the mountain facility. "We have technology that can transport them directly to our ship. But we must hurry. Your attackers are placing explosives." Lily watched as Valara directed the rescue operation. The screen showed heat signatures of people moving through the facility. Valara marked specific locations and her crew worked at control panels. A soft humming filled the ship. Suddenly, new figures appeared in a large chamber of the ship, disoriented humans, including Dr. Morgan and several security personnel. Many were injured. Some unconscious. Medical teams of Zarvi rushed to help them, using advanced devices that sealed wounds and stabilized conditions instantly. Dr. Morgan spotted Lily and hurried to her. "Is this?" Valara asked, gesturing around them. "This is my ship," Valara confirmed. "We have rescued all survivors from your facility. But I fear your enemies now know too much. They have samples of our combined research," as if confirming her words. The ship shuddered slightly. A warning sound chimed through the chamber. "They are firing primitive missiles at us," Valara explained calmly. "They cannot harm this vessel, but their intent is clear. They would destroy what they cannot possess." "What now?" Lily asked, looking at the injured humans being treated by Zarvi medical staff. "They can't return to Earth safely, not with those forces hunting." Then Valara was silent for a moment, considering. Then she spoke with authority. "I invite you all to come to my world. We can protect you there. And with your help, we can produce the treatment that will save my people." The humans looked at each other, uncertainty on their faces. "To leave Earth," Dr. Morgan said. "To travel to another world, it is far," Valara acknowledged. "But the journey takes only 3 of your months. Our technology makes it possible, and you would be honored guests, not prisoners. You may return whenever you wish." Dr. Morgan looked at Lily. "What do you think?" Lily thought of her small apartment, her telescope on the hill, the ordinary life she had lived before meeting Valara. Then she thought of seeing another world, learning from an advanced civilization, perhaps even helping to save it. "I want to go," Lily said. "I want to continue our work." One by one, the other humans agreed. Some from scientific curiosity, others because they had nothing left on Earth after the attack. All recognized the historic importance of what they were being offered. Valara nodded with approval. "Our worlds will be forever connected by this moment," she said. Then she gave orders to her crew. The ship hummed louder, and on the viewing screen, Earth began to grow, smaller as they ascended. The journey to the Zarvi homeworld began with medical care for the injured humans. Zarvi technology healed wounds that would have been fatal or permanently disabling on Earth. Within days, even the most severely injured were walking again, studying their new environment. With wonder, Lily spent her time divided between working in the ship's laboratory and learning from Valara about Zarvi culture and history. The princess showed her how to read their language, how to operate their technology. Lily absorbed everything, her mind expanding with new knowledge. Their world is called Zarvith. Valara explained as they studied star charts. "It orbits a star you call Deneb in the constellation Cygnus. We have terraformed 2 nearby planets as well. Our civilization spans 3 worlds, but our main population remains on Zarvith. How many Zarvi are there?" Lily asked. "Once we numbered in the billions," Valara said, her voice softening. "Now we are fewer than 5 million. The disease has taken many, and our birth rate has fallen dramatically." In the laboratory, Lily worked with Dr. Morgan and 3 Zarvi scientists to refine the treatment. They had successfully saved Valara, but creating enough for an entire population would be challenging. They needed to make it self-perpetuating, a genetic change that would pass to future generations. As the weeks passed, Earth became a distant memory. The humans adapted to life aboard the ship, learning Zarvi customs and sharing their own. The 2 species found common ground in music, art, and scientific curiosity. Despite their physical differences, they shared a fundamental appreciation for beauty and knowledge. 2 months into their journey, Lily made a breakthrough with the treatment she discovered, how to encode it into Zarvi reproductive cells, ensuring future generations would be born immune to the disease. Valara was overjoyed, ordering a celebration throughout the ship that night, as the humans and Zarvi gathered in the Great Hall. Valara formally thanked Lily, presenting her with a ceremonial robe worn only by Zarvi of high rank. The glittering garment adjusted to fit Lily's smaller frame perfectly. "You have saved my people," Valara announced. "Your name will be remembered in our history, for all time." Lily felt overwhelmed by the honor. As she looked around at the gathered crew, she realized how much had changed. She no longer thought of the Zarvi as aliens, but as people with hopes and fears, not so different from humans. The final weeks of their journey passed quickly. The ship approached the Zarvi star system, revealing views of planets that had previously been only distant points of light to Earth. Astronomers, Zarvith came into view, a world with swirling blue oceans and purple land masses. 3 moons orbited it, creating complex tidal patterns. "It's beautiful," Lily whispered as she stood with Valara at the main viewport. "It is home," Valara said, "and soon you will see it closely." "The Emperor, my father, wishes to greet you personally. Upon our arrival, a great honor is being prepared." Lily felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. What if the Emperor disapproved of their work? What if the treatment failed on a larger scale? What if the humans were not truly welcome on this distant world? Valara seemed to sense her concerns. "Do not worry," she said. "My father is stern but fair. He values wisdom and courage. You have shown both." The ship began its descent to Zarvith. Massive cities came into view, structures that seemed to grow from the landscape rather than being built upon it. Gardens spiraled up towering buildings. Flying vehicles moved in perfect coordination through the air. The ship landed at a central complex where thousands of Zarvi had gathered. Many wore robes similar to Valaris, marking them as nobility or officials. At the center stood a tall figure, more imposing than any Zarvi Lily had yet seen. The Emperor waited, his elaborate head patterns glowing bright blue with formal ceremony. As the ship's ramp lowered, Valara stepped forward with Lily and Dr. Morgan beside her. The other humans followed behind them, walking onto the soil of an alien world. Lily took a deep breath, finding the air sweet and invigorating. The Emperor approached, his black eyes studying the humans with intense curiosity. "Welcome to Zarvith," he said in perfect English. "You who carry the future of our people in your hands." The first contact between Earth and Zarvith had officially begun. The first days on Zarvith passed in a whirlwind of ceremonies and introductions. The humans were given quarters in the royal palace, a sprawling structure of crystal and living plant matter that seemed to breathe with the planet. Each room adapted to its occupants, providing perfect temperature and lighting without any visible controls. Lily was assigned a suite near Valaris' royal chambers. The view from her windows showed a city unlike any on Earth. Buildings rose organically from the landscape, curving and flowing like frozen waves. Zarvi moved through the city on floating platforms or sometimes simply by flying, using personal devices attached to their backs. The Emperor hosted a formal gathering to honor the humans. Thousands of Zarvi nobility attended dressed in elaborate ceremonial attire. The great hall of the palace sparkled with lights that seemed to float in the air. Music played from invisible sources, changing tone and rhythm in response to the movements of the guests. Emperor addressed the assembly, his deep voice carrying throughout the hall. "These humans have brought hope where there was none," he announced. "They carry within them the key to our survival. For this we offer eternal friendship between our worlds." Lily stood with Dr. Morgan and the other humans, feeling strange in the formal Zarvi clothing they had been given. The fabric shimmered and changed color subtly as they moved. Lily noticed many Zarvi watching them with open curiosity, some even reaching out to touch the humans' hair, which fascinated them since Zarvi had none. After the ceremony, Valara took Lily to see the medical facilities where they would continue their work. The Zarvi hospital was a marvel of technology. Patients rested in chambers filled with healing mist. Doctors used three-dimensional projections to examine internal organs without invasive procedures. Lily was introduced to the lead medical researcher, a Zarvi named Eleanor, who had been studying the disease for decades. "Your treatment concept is revolutionary," Eleanor told Lily. "We would never have considered compatibility with another species. Our focus was too narrow." The work began immediately. The humans and Zarvi scientists established protocols for production and distribution of the treatment. The most severely ill would receive it first, followed by the general population. Dr. Morgan coordinated the human team, while Lily worked directly with Eleanor on refinements. Days stretched into weeks. Lily lost track of Earth time, adapting to the longer Zarvi day and their calendar. The treatment showed consistent success rates. The first wave of critically ill Zarvi began to recover, their skin regaining its silvery luster, their energy returning. Despite working long hours, Lily felt energized by their progress and by the beauty of this alien world. Valara visited the laboratory, frequently bringing news from across the planet. "The treatment is working everywhere," she reported. "The death rate has already fallen by 30%. New births have been recorded with the modified genetics showing natural immunity." One evening, as they walked in the palace gardens, Valara seemed troubled. Her usual grace replaced by stiff movements. Her black eyes looked toward the horizon rather than at Lily. "What's wrong?" Lily asked, stopping beside a pool where creatures like luminous fish swam in complex patterns. Valara hesitated, then spoke. "The Council of Elders has raised concerns. They believe we have become too dependent on humans, that sharing advanced technology with your species may have consequences we cannot predict. Some wish to limit your access to our knowledge." Lily felt a chill despite the warm evening air. "Are we in danger?" "No," Valara said quickly. "My father would never allow harm to come to you. But there are political complexities. The Council holds significant power. Some members fear change, fear anything different from our traditions." "What do you think?" Lily asked. Valara turned to face her. "I believe our worlds are now linked by more than genetics. We have shared knowledge, friendship, perhaps even more." She touched Lily's hand gently. "I will stand against any who would separate our peoples." The next day, as Lily worked in the laboratory, an alarm sounded throughout the complex. Zarvi security personnel entered, ordering everyone to remain in place. Eleanor looked worried, exchanging rapid words with the guards. "What's happening?" Lily asked. "An unauthorized ship has entered our atmosphere." Eleanor explained, "It appears to be from Earth." Lily froze. Earth? Had they been followed? Had Earth governments tracked their location somehow? Dr. Morgan rushed into the laboratory, her face tense with concern. "They're demanding the return of all humans," she said. "The ship is military armed." The laboratory screens activated, showing a vessel in orbit around Zarvith. It was unmistakably human in design, angular and functional compared to the organic curves of Zarvi ships. The communication display showed a stern, human face in military uniform. "This is General Ward of the United Earth Defense Command," he announced. "We demand the immediate return of all Earth citizens and all research data regarding alien biology. Compliance is not optional." The Emperor appeared. On a separate screen, his expression grave. "They threaten weapons," he told the assembled humans and Zarvi. "How did they find us?" Lily remembered the attack on the mountain facility. They must have captured enough data to track the ship, she realized. With horror, security increased throughout the palace. Humans and Zarvi were kept together under guard while diplomatic exchanges continued. The Earth ship maintained its position, refusing to leave without the humans. That night, Lily was summoned to the Emperor's private chambers. Valara was there along with several council members. Their expressions ranged from concern to open hostility. "Your people threaten war. One," Elder said, her patterns glowing angry red. "They demand technology beyond their understanding." The Emperor raised a hand for silence. "We must decide how to respond," he said. "I would hear from the human who has done most to help us." "Lily, what do you believe your governments truly want?" Lily considered, carefully thinking of the attack on the research facility, the determination to capture alien technology. "Resources, power, strategic advantage," she said honestly. "Those who sent this ship don't represent all humans, just as your council doesn't represent all Zarvi. Some humans would seek peaceful exchange, others only what benefits them. And what do you want?" The Emperor asked, his black eyes studying her intently. Lily met his gaze. "I want what I've always wanted. To learn, to help, to build understanding between different beings. Believe knowledge should be shared, but responsibly. Some technology in the wrong hands would be dangerous on Earth. We're not ready for everything you have." Valara stepped forward. "Father," she said, "I have a proposal. Let us offer limited technology, medical advances, clean energy, environmental restoration tools to help Earth heal itself, but nothing that could be weaponized. And these humans," the Emperor asked, gesturing to Lily. "They must choose," Valara said. "They may return to Earth with our friendship and appropriate technology, or they may remain here continuing our work. Those who stay will be citizens of Zarvith with all rights and protections." The council erupted in debate, some supporting Valara's proposal, others objecting strongly. The Emperor listened to all views, his expression unreadable. Finally, he raised his hand again, signaling his decision. "It shall be as Valara suggests," he declared. "Each human may choose their path, but our response to threats will be clear. We offer friendship, not submission." The next day, Lily gathered with the other humans as the Emperor's decision was explained. Some immediately chose to return to Earth, longing for home and family. Others, including Dr. Morgan, decided to stay at least until the treatment program was fully implemented. When Lily's turn came, she thought of her small apartment, her telescope, the ordinary life she had left behind. She thought of Earth, with its beauty and its conflicts. Then she looked at Valara, standing tall and hopeful beside her father. "I choose to stay," Lily said. "My work here matters, and I've found something worth staying for." Relief and joy showed in Valara's eyes, visible even to those unfamiliar with Zarvi expressions. The Emperor nodded with approval. The Emperor's message was transmitted to the Earth vessel. General Ward responded with threats, then with reluctant acceptance when it became clear the Zarvi would not be intimidated. A diplomatic agreement was reached. Those humans choosing to return would do so with Carefully selected technology and medical knowledge as preparations were made for their departure. Lily continued her work in the laboratory. The treatment program expanded daily. Zarvi from across the planet received the cure. New births increased. As confidence in the future grew, what began as a scientific mission had become something more: a bridge between worlds, a new beginning for both species, and for Lily, a home among the stars. 5 years passed on Zarvith. Lily had fully adapted to life on the alien world, learning their language, customs, and science. The treatment program had been a complete success. The Zarvi population was growing again. The genetic disease defeated those. Humans who had chosen to remain had integrated into Zarvi society, becoming respected citizens and cultural ambassadors. Lily now held the position of chief science liaison between Zarvi and Earth. Regular diplomatic missions traveled between the worlds, exchanging knowledge and building cooperation. Earth had received medical technology that eliminated many diseases, renewable energy systems that ended pollution, and agricultural methods that ended hunger in formerly struggling regions. In return, Earth shared its art, music, literature, and unique scientific perspectives. Lily and Valara had grown closer, their friendship deepening into something neither had expected: a human and a Zarvi royal finding connection. Despite their differences, they shared quarters in the palace gardens, their home, a beautiful blend of both worlds. Earth plants growing alongside Zarvi flora, human art displayed with alien sculptures. One morning, as they shared breakfast overlooking the capital city, Valara received an urgent message. Her expression grew serious as she listened. "What is it?" Lily asked, recognizing the signs of trouble. "The observation outpost in your solar system reports unusual activity," Valara explained. "Military buildup beyond Mars. A faction on Earth appears to be preparing ships for possible aggression." Lily felt a chill despite the warm morning. Not everyone on Earth had welcomed the new relationship with Zarvith. Some political and military leaders remained suspicious, fearing Zarvi influence or coveting more advanced technology than had been shared. "Will the Emperor respond with defensive measures?" she asked. Valara nodded. "The Council meets today to discuss options. Father wishes you to attend. The human perspective will be valuable." The council chamber was tense when Lily entered with Valara. The circular room held 33 Zarvi elders seated according to rank and lineage. The Emperor presided from a central position. His patterns glowed with calm authority, despite the crisis. The military advisor displayed images from the solar system observation post-Earth ships, gathered in the darkness near Mars, larger and more numerous than the diplomatic vessels that normally traveled between worlds. "They have constructed weapons based on technology we shared," one elder said angrily. "They have modified our medical tools for military use, a clear violation of our agreement." Another elder spoke. "We should withdraw immediately, sever all ties with Earth before they become more dangerous." Lily listened as fear and anger spread through the council. Some called for immediate military response, others for complete isolation from Earth. The Emperor remained silent, allowing all views to be expressed. When the voices quieted, he turned to Lily. "What say you, human?" he asked. "Do your people prepare for war against us?" Lily stood feeling the weight of 2 worlds on her shoulders. "I cannot speak for all humans," she said honestly, "just as you cannot speak with one voice. But I know this. Those who threaten peace are always fewer than those who desire it. What you see is likely the action of a faction, not all Earth governments. And how should we respond?" the Emperor asked. Lily considered carefully. "I suggest direct communication. Open diplomatic channels with all Earth nations, not just the Unified Council. Make it known that Zarvith desires peace but will defend itself. Show strength without aggression." The Emperor nodded thoughtfully. Valara spoke in support of Lily's recommendation, adding strategic details from her military experience. Other council members offered variations or objections. The debate continued for hours as the threat grew more concrete. The Earth ships had begun moving toward Zarvi observation posts. Finally, the Emperor made his decision. "We shall follow a combined approach," he declared. "We will increase our defensive position while opening new diplomatic channels. We will remind Earth of what we have shared and what more could be lost through conflict. And he looked directly at Lily. We will send a human representative to speak for us. Lily realized he meant her. You want me to return to Earth? The Emperor nodded. You understand both worlds. You can speak truth to your leaders with knowledge few humans possess. Valara looked concerned. The risk she began is necessary, the Emperor finished. If conflict comes, many will die on both sides. Better to risk one life, even a valued one, than millions. Preparations were made quickly. A Zarvi diplomatic vessel was readied. Lily was briefed on the political situation on Earth. Dr. Morgan would accompany her, providing additional human perspective and scientific authority. The journey would take only 2 weeks with improved propulsion systems. The night before departure, Lily stood with Valara on the balcony of their quarters. The 3 moons of Zarvith shone brightly, illuminating the garden below. I may not be welcomed by those in power, Lily said. Some will see me as a traitor. Others will try to extract information beyond what we're willing to share. Valara took her hand. We have faced challenges before, we will face this one. Lily looked at the Zarvi princess who had become so dear to her. Do you regret bringing humans to your world? Never, Valara said, firmly. You saved my people. You brought new ideas, new perspectives. Without you, we would be a dying race clinging to tradition, unable to grow. The journey to Earth was tense but uneventful. The diplomatic vessel maintained constant communication with Zarvith and with Earth authorities as they entered Earth orbit. Lily looked down at the blue planet, her original home. It seemed both familiar and strange now. Like visiting a childhood house after many years away. The ship landed at a neutral location, in Switzerland. Heavily armed security forces surrounded the landing area. Lily and Dr. Morgan emerged wearing formal Zarvi diplomatic attire modified for human bodies. They were escorted to a meeting of the United Earth Council, where representatives from all nations awaited them. As Lily entered the chamber, she felt hundreds of eyes upon her. Some hostile, some curious, some hopeful. She walked confidently to the podium and began to speak. I come from Zarvith, but I was born on Earth, she said. My blood is human. My heart beats for both worlds. I have seen what cooperation between our species can accomplish. Medical miracles, environmental restoration, technological advancement beyond what either could achieve alone. She activated a holographic display showing images of Zarvi and human scientists working together, of children on Earth, cured of formerly fatal diseases, of clean cities powered by Zarvi energy systems. This is what partnership has created, she continued. But I have also seen the gathering of weapons, the preparation for conflict, the fear that drives wedges between different peoples. The council chamber was silent as she continued. The Zarvi Emperor sends this message. Peace requires trust. Trust requires honesty. Zarvith has shared technology to heal and build, not to destroy. Those who would use our gifts for aggression threaten not just Zarvi, but all humans who benefit from our alliance. Lily showed new images. The Zarvi defense grid, planetary shields that could repel any attack. The massive fleet that could be mobilized if necessary. Zarvith does not wish war, she said, but they will defend their people, as you would defend yours. The choice before us is simple. Continue the path of mutual benefit or turn toward mutual destruction. I stand ready to answer your questions, to address your concerns. But know this, I have seen both worlds, and I can tell you with certainty, we are stronger together than apart. For 3 days, Lily and Dr. Morgan met with Earth leaders, answering questions, addressing fears. Some meetings were productive, others combative. Through it all, Lily maintained her focus on the benefits of continued cooperation, gradually building support among influential voices. On the 4th day, news arrived. The Earth ships near Mars had begun to disperse, returning to their original positions. Military leaders denied any aggressive intent, claiming the gathering had been merely an exercise. Lily knew better. The show of Zarvi strength combined with diplomatic outreach had succeeded. Those pushing for conflict had lost support. Their plans exposed to public scrutiny had withered as Lily prepared to return to Zarvith. She received thousands of messages from ordinary humans expressing gratitude for the medical and technological advances, support for peaceful relations, and hope for continued exchange between worlds. Children sent artwork showing humans and Zarvi together. Scientists sent proposals for new collaborative projects. Standing again at the entry to the diplomatic vessel, Lily turned to look at Earth one last time. She had come full circle. From a hilltop in Oak Ridge staring at the stars to an ambassador between worlds. The journey had been extraordinary, but as the ship lifted off, she thought, not of the past, but of the future. Valara waited on Zarvith, and together they would continue building bridges between different peoples, showing that diversity brought strength, that understanding conquered fear, that even across the vast distances of space connection was possible. As Earth grew smaller below her, Lily smiled. This was just the beginning.